Hey team, Patrick here, and in today's lesson I want to talk about what we call in tennis the three phases of play. Every time we hit a ball, particularly in a point situation, we can put that shot into a category. We're either attacking, we're rallying, we're in like a neutral situation, or we're defending. And obviously you could kind of break it sort of further down into subcategories as well, but then this video would be too long. So today we're going to concentrate on these three main phases of play, and specifically the neutral ball or the rally ball, as this is the ball that we're going to be playing most often within a point. So if we can improve this shot, it's going to give us the best chance to level up our tennis. So let's get into it. Firstly, what is a rally ball or a neutral ball? Well, it's a ball that doesn't give our opponent a chance to attack us. But also we're not really sort of attacking sort of ourselves. We're just hitting a ball here that allows us to construct the point from the baseline. The characteristics of this shot is I like my players to aim twice the height of the net. So you can imagine stacking another net on top of this one, and you want to aim sort of 3 to 3.5 feet over the net to give yourself that margin for error. You also want to think about hitting this shot cross court because the court is longer. We measure it from corner to corner. It's about 3.5 feet longer, so it's a safer shot, but also it allows you to get your opponent moving further than if you hit a ball down the line. Yes, this is a rally ball, but remember, we're also trying to build the point, and I can use this shot to get them outside the lines of the court, to open up space to attack my next ball into down the line, if I get the opportunity to do so. The biggest quality of a rally ball, or a good rally ball though, is keeping good depth. If you think of players like Nadal and Djokovic, sometimes it doesn't look like they're doing a lot with the ball, and it's like, well, why can't these world-class players attack them? Well, it's because they're keeping such a good consistent depth, which is sometimes hard to appreciate, particularly on like a TV view, how much sort of depth and spin and penetration they're getting on the ball. So if you can keep a good consistent depth, it's very difficult for your opponent to do anything with the ball from back here. The easiest way to achieve more depth is to aim a little bit higher. Remember, we want to be aiming at least one extra net above. And often club players go for too much, or I should say they aim for too close to the net. Remember, on our rally ball, this isn't a shot that we need to be sort of too flashy on. And often it's like, be the player that aims a little bit higher, and the ball's going to go a little bit further, and you're going to give yourself more margin for error. I think players are afraid that their opponent's going to step in and take the ball at the top of the bounce or on the rise and rip winners, or come in and take it out the air and play a dry volley. And in my experience, that doesn't happen, and club players are more comfortable moving backwards to take the ball more sort of around waist high, so you can aim a little bit higher to push them a little bit further back in the court. A quick tip in terms of how to do this would be the shape of your swing. So the path that you swing the racket on determines the height of the ball or the flight of the ball. So if I swing straighter or more around my body, more through the ball here, it's going to produce a flatter ball flight. If I swing up and over my shoulder, it's going to create more of this rainbow ball flight here that we're looking for. And if I swing very steeply and kind of finish over my head, like Rafa, this is going to give me a little bit of a steeper, higher ball flight that is going to be necessary when I'm more in a defensive position. So the shape of your swing is constantly going to be changing. You're going to have to vary it depending on where you're standing on the court. And as a general rule, the further up in the court you move, you're going to want to swing a little bit straighter. You're going to want to aim a little bit lower over the net when you're attacking. And I've already made a video on this about how to put away a short ball around the service line. So please check that out. And if you move backwards in the court, you're going to have to swing a little bit more steeper. You're going to be a little bit more defensive. You're going to hit the ball a little bit higher, which is going to give you more time to recover. It's going to get the ball to stay in the air for longer. So it's going to stop the ball dropping short or going into the net. It's going to stop your opponent attacking you on the next shot. In terms of the best way to train this or practice the neutral rally ball, is just to get some good volume, good repetition, aiming for a specific target. Now, you can use cones for this, but I just like my players to aim for the back quarter of the court. So we can chop the court into quarters. We've got the 2 service boxes and the 2 back boxes, and you want to aim deep for the back box, and on the cross court here, aim to hit that quarter of the court. And you want to see how many times you can do this in a row. That would be what we call your shot tolerance. And you can start by aiming for sort of 5 balls in a row into that area. Actually sort of sounds easy, but it's more difficult than you might think. And if you do miss the target, well, the fix should never be to slow your swing down or to sort of tense up with your grip here and push the ball and steer the ball. We don't want to guide it into that target. And if I hit it in the net or it drops short, I'm simply going to aim a little bit higher to get the ball to stay in the air a little bit longer and carry a little bit further. If I miss over the baseline, well, I'm just going to close my racket face a little bit more to achieve a little bit more spin. And if I miss wide, whether that's down the line or I pull the ball too wide cross court, it's just changing the contact point, so where I hit this ball in the arc around my body. But even on a neutral rally ball, I'm still taking a rip at the ball, and it's the spin that's going to keep the ball in play. Okay, right guys, hope this video's helped. Thanks to everybody that's been subscribing lately, really appreciate that. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a like, and check out my other content on Facebook and Instagram, and the links will be in the bio, in the description of this channel. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on court in the next one.